Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian. I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here on the west coast of Canada. I hope everybody is having a great week so far. Students, in this class we are talking about jewelry for part 1 of the IELTS speaking exam. Today is March 16th. And this is an all chat class, so everybody can join this chat. Welcome Burkay, welcome Tanjil. Nice to see so many students. Hi Saeed, hi Lamia. Good to see our members joining in as well. Just going to move the chat here so I can see everybody a little bit better. All right, hi Eugene. Thank you for those emojis to brighten the day. Welcome Rohit. Students, this lesson is presented to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS. Visit us there. For the general IELTS, visit us at gieltshelp.com. On both of those websites, we've got loads of materials to help you pass your IELTS exams. We will be using this website today to practice our speaking. So just click on that big red button right above my head there to join our premium package. And when you do that, we've got a discount code this week. So click on the use coupon code and you can enter one band up, I believe is the code for this week. Yes, one band up. And you get a 20% discount off the premium package. For general IELTS, it's the same idea. It's the green background. Click this big red button to join there and begin learning for success. And again, that code is one band up. You can also get our apps. They're right there. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm frog in my throat. So academic IELTS help and general IELTS help in your app stores. Get our apps, link the apps to the websites. And for Instagram, you can follow us with IELTS_AE help or GIELTS help. So it's a great time to join. Me is asking, why does the class start earlier today? And maybe many of you are wondering that as well. Some of you might be able to guess, and that's actually the next point I wanted to make here. I just made some adjustments this morning to reflect this in the schedule, so you can see that the time has changed to an hour earlier, and that's because of daylight savings. So here in Canada and in many parts of the world, we turned our clocks back 1 hour. In Canada, we did that on March 13th. It's called daylight savings. So for you, it seems like it's 1 hour earlier, but for me, it's still the same time. So take note of that, okay? So again, if you have questions, just send me an email to adrian@aehelp.com. And we'll start with speaking in just a moment. But again, so I want to emphasize this for everybody because of daylight savings. So here's our schedule. And right here, I'll put a little note for today's class so everybody's clear on that. So daylight savings. The clocks were turned back 1 hour on March 13th in Canada and many other countries. Okay, so notice this time difference for the classes, okay? Which I think for some students, or for many students, is actually better, especially since I'm way out here on the west coast, okay? So yep, still 7 o'clock in the morning as usual for me, but I guess for other people it's 1 hour earlier. Hopefully it's good. Okay, students. Let's get to part one, speaking. We will have, by the way, lots of speaking practice this week. So speaking part one today, but then you can see here just above me that later in the week on Friday and Saturday, we've got lots more speaking. So speaking part one can really be about a lot of different topics. Yes, it's a general topic, but there are a lot of general topics presented in the IELTS exam. Last I took the IELTS exam, the topic was about math. So if you can get a topic about math, you can certainly get a topic about jewelry. Okay, everybody knows what jewelry is. So what is jewelry? Let's kind of just start by getting a good idea of what is considered jewelry. Okay, so what would be the definition of the word jewelry? Okay, and anybody knows where it comes from? Like, what is the actual word jewel, right? So Mien says it's earrings. Sure. Maybe a necklace. Yep. There's other kinds of jewelry as well. Mien says accessories, but accessories is a little bit general. So they're kind of special types of accessories. So Rajveer Singh says they're ornaments made of precious metals. Yeah, they're ornaments to be worn to enhance the appearance of a person. These can be made of precious metals, or just simple materials as well. They could be made of simple materials like wood, stone, plastic, right? So children like to wear jewelry when they play games, and that kind of jewelry is usually made of plastic, right? It's not necessarily an expensive gold ring. I don't recommend giving your 3-year-old child a diamond ring to play with. That might be a very expensive game, right? So they could be cheap, they could be expensive, but the main idea behind jewelry is to enhance the appearance of a person with these kinds of ornaments, to make a person look handsome, to make a person look pretty, right? Any other reason that people wear jewelry? So is there any other kind of purpose why a person may wear jewelry? There's probably a couple other reasons if you're thinking carefully. Now, why are we doing this? So you might be thinking like, okay, Adrian, but why are we talking about, what is jewelry and what is considered jewelry? Why are we wearing jewelry? So the reason why is because in order to do a good job on the IELTS exam and in order to do a good job in speaking, it's important that you're able to think quickly, broadly, and specifically about the topic so that you can give great answers, okay? So in order to get a great band score in the IELTS, you must be a quick and clever thinker. Okay? Think broad and specific. All right? Use critical thinking. Apply questions like what, why, and how. Okay, and that's kind of what we're doing right now. So we're thinking about the topic jewelry, and very quickly we're thinking, okay, what, why, how, right? So you're thinking about this as the examiner introduces this topic. Okay, welcome Carolina, our moderator. All right. Okay. Yeah. So we're live streaming, everyone. So if the quality for you is low, just set your video to 720. Set YouTube to 720p for a good quality video. Okay. That's because we're almost real-time streaming. So set it to 720. Okay. Okay, Ridgevere says these are considered as the best gifts and are part of various ceremonies like engagements. Okay, so yeah, so why do we wear jewelry? To show status, to emphasize a ceremony, right? Like a wedding, right? Wedding rings obviously come to mind for many people as well. Okay. Yeah, Mi Yen saying to present marital status, right? So to send some kind of a signal, right? So we wear it to send a message. This is where somebody might even think, hey, yeah, wait a second. A good example of sending a message with jewelry is a medical bracelet. Right? So people with certain types of medical conditions like diabetes, often they'll have a bracelet that shows like, I'm a diabetic, this is my name, in case they faint or pass out or have a medical emergency. Okay. All right. Yeah, so Harry Preet says to be confident. To influence self-esteem. Okay. Harry Preet says to show off. Yeah. To brag about a person's financial position. Yeah. Okay. And one other reason that some of you may think people wear jewelry is to have tradable value in case of emergency. And you've probably seen this in movies where somebody takes their gold watch and they're like, I need to get on this bus right now. I don't have any money, but here's my watch. Let me on the bus. And then the bus driver's like, gold watch? Okay, you can get on the bus. All right, so in case of emergency, a piece of valuable jewelry can really save a person, right? Yeah, Cass just says it. So pawning, to pawn in case of emergency. So certainly jewelry has a lot of different purpose, right? Okay, so it's not just, you know, oh, we put it on and that's it. All right, and then how, right? So how does this happen? Well, here's where you want to kind of just think of an example. Okay, so a woman wears a large 1 carat diamond engagement ring to not only show that she is spoken for, but also that she will be wed to a financially secure man. Okay, so and of course she feels and looks glamorous, right? So that's, I think, a very classic example that comes to mind when we consider a few of these different reasons for jewelry and what jewelry is, right? That, you know, you think of that woman that just had her hand asked in marriage, and the man has presented her with a beautiful diamond ring, a large diamond, and so she puts on that diamond ring not just to look beautiful, not just to show people that she will be getting married, but also to show that she's going to be married to a successful man, right? So there's a lot of content, if you will, in that ring, okay? Now, so here in part one, okay, we're going to get these introductory questions first, and we'll deal with those in a second, but right now I'm focusing more on the actual specific question that you're being asked. So I'm focusing on this topic of jewelry, right? Because I think some people, you know, when they get this topic like jewelry, they might be like, well, I don't know a lot about that topic. That's kind of, you know, that's unfamiliar to me. I don't wear jewelry. I don't like jewelry. I don't like to wear rings. So don't think about what you don't like to do, but think about what you know, okay? And I think a lot of us do know about jewelry. It's a part of most societies around the world, I believe, maybe all. So always think about what you do know, okay? So when you have this topic, let's talk about jewelry, and the examiner introduces this. Don't think about what you don't know, but think about what you do know, okay? Never think, oh, I don't know much about this topic. Like, I don't like to wear jewelry. Okay? Instead, you should always think about what you do know. Okay? Okay, visualize. It's very, very important. All right, see the information. All right, it's very, very important. That's how I came up with the fiance wearing the wedding ring, right? The bride, the engagement ring, okay? So always focus on what you do know, right? And think outside the box. All right, so you're in your IELTS exam and you're confident, you know what to do, you know your strategies, you've practiced before going to the exam room, you went to your exam early, you went to the washroom, you had a sip of water, you kind of just remember to loosen up your shoulders a bit, and you're feeling good. So you go in there and you sit down, and the examiner is looking at you, and the examiner will start by saying, welcome to the speaking portion of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. I will give you instructions for each of the three parts. This is candidate number 1234 8765. This is examiner number 789. And then now we shall begin. Firstly, what is your full name? And then Anil says in our chat to this question, my first names are Hamdi, Anil, and my family name is Demirtas, so you can call me Anil. Okay, so I would do this a little bit differently. Anil, okay, let me show you a couple of corrections here. Let me make this a bit bigger. Okay, so, all right, your plural is good here. So my first names are Hamdi and Anil. And then in speaking, we kind of have these natural ands. So my first names are Hamdi and Anil. And my family name is Demirtas. And instead of so, you can call me, please call me. So please call me Anil. Okay, it's a little bit more polite, a little bit better. Just repeat after me. What is your full name? My first names are Hamdi and Anil, and my family name is Demitras. So please call me Anil. Now, first names is a bit weird too. So instead of first names, I would say given names, because you'll really only have one first name. Your first name is Hamdi, or your first name is Anil, and your middle name is Hamdi, okay? So my given names are Hamdi and Anil, and my family name is Demitras, so please call me Anil, okay? And I wonder if Anil is your middle name or your first name, okay? Yeah, you can take a few deep breaths, Harry Preet, during the interview to center yourself. That's totally okay. All right. Harry was asking, is it okay to take a deep breath or will that show a lack of confidence? No, it's fine. You can take a couple of deep breaths, like, and then blow out and just say, yeah, I'm just getting some oxygen to my brain to get going on this interview. Okay, and then the examiner will ask you to show your ID either before they ask your name or right after. So the next question here is, may I see your identification? Okay. All right, and Anil says, Anil is my middle name. Okay, so you want to be called by your middle name. Yeah, so you want to clarify that. See, Anil, in my mind as the examiner, that's not clear. So you want to be clear with that. Okay. So thank you for clarifying. So call me by my middle name, Anil. Yeah, okay. May I see your identification? Arsalan Yosef says, yes, please. Here's my passport that is used for IELTS registration. Please have a look. Okay, there are a couple of slight mistakes here. We don't say yes, please. Okay. So this is really awkward and confusing. Okay. And I've heard a lot of students do this, so I'm going to take a second to make sure that you're not doing this. Okay. Do not say yes, please, because it's very awkward. All right. This is very awkward. In English, we use this phrase, yes, please, to indicate that we want something. Okay. For example, would you like a cup of water or a glass of water? Answer, yes, please. So if I say, may I see your identification, and you say, yes, please, then I'm kind of like, would you like me to bring you a glass of water? So do you want me to do something for you? Because it's just awkward in that context, okay? So be very careful with that, okay? You have to use please correctly. So yes, here's my passport that not is used because you're active, I use it, that I used for IELTS registration. Please have a look, okay? This please is correct. So when we say please do something, like please go to the window and close it, then I'm asking you to do something instead of giving me something as a response, okay? So be really careful with that. So please have a look is fine, but don't say yes, please, okay? That's awkward, all right? Okay, and then the examiner might ask you a question like, where do you live? This is where you need to remember to give structure and detail. Okay, so you might say something like, I live in a 2-bedroom condo in downtown Vancouver, close to English Bay. Okay, I've been living there for the past 10 years. All right, so that would be a nice, fluent, full sentence answer. So where do you live? I live in a 2-bedroom condo in downtown Vancouver, close to English Bay. I've been living there for the past 10 years. So give a nice full sentence answer with good structure. So your house, your home, your apartment, then your city. And if you want, you might include your province or your state, like Vancouver is in British Columbia, okay? And then I've even put in some present perfect, like I've been, okay? So remembering your complex grammar. If you want that band 8, band 9, you have to show present perfect, past perfect, reported speech. So lots of different kinds of grammar. You're being marked on grammatical range and accuracy, and it's an important part of the interview. All right, so remember that. So show present perfect early. All right, Mahi says, well, I live in a small village which is under Sea district of Shilkat. Okay, so Mahi, let's make some corrections, okay? Starting with well is okay, it's natural. You're using the be verb am, so you want to use the progressive. I am living in a small village. What is it called? Okay, the examiner is wondering, what is it called? You need to say the name of your village. If you just tell me you live in a small village, I'm like, okay, and what's the name of your village? So, well, I am living in a small village, name of the village, which is under Sai district of Shilkat, and I live there in a family home with 6 rooms. Okay. On a 10-acre lot. All right, I don't know. So be specific. Where do you actually live? Okay, what's your residence? So that would be a much better answer. All right. So Mahi says the town is called Hedmarala. Okay, there we go. Now I'm much smarter, Mahi. Thank you for sharing. So Mahi says, well, I'm living in a small village, Hedmarala, which is under Sai district of Shilkat, and I live there in a family home with 6 rooms on a 10-acre lot. Okay, now you're getting a high band score. Students, let's practice while actually hearing our students speak. So let's do some volunteering. Okay, so I'm going to take some volunteers for today's speaking questions. We're talking about jewelry, and let's just review what we talked about. Okay, so after the examiner asks your name, they ask to see your passport. They might ask you 1 or 2 questions about your hobbies, your home, whether you study or you work, and then you answer those. And then the examiner will get into the unique but general topic of part 1. So they'll say, okay, let's talk about jewelry, right? And then you remember, okay, well, jewelry, these are objects like necklaces, earrings, bracelets, and they're used for a variety of purposes to send a message to the public, like, hey, I'm married, or some other kind of similar kind of message or ceremonial purpose. So you go through all of these thoughts in your head and you visualize that woman wearing the engagement ring, okay? And then the examiner will begin. So let me there we go. Adjust this a little bit. So I'm going to ask our viewers these questions. And to do this, I'm going to ask for volunteers. So for volunteers, let's just go to our PowerPoint so I can show you what to do. Okay. So let's see here. Okay, here we go. So to volunteer, everyone, first you want to register an account on our website, aehelp.com. Then go to your My Student account, okay? And then click on Student Partner Speaking. Next, enable your microphone in your browser. Keep the window open. And the message Me, I will be the word master. So look for master, look for that blue envelope, and then message me, I want to volunteer, okay? And just reminding everyone of that discount code, one band up, you get a 20% discount off the website. So again, what you do is you go to the website, aehelp.com, it's this one here, okay? It'll look like this. You might start to see a video playing here like this, okay? And then you click on this big red button to join the premium IELTS package. You click on the green one to try the demo. You fill in the information. It's really easy. Name, email, password, I think is all you need. If you click on the green button. And then you'll have this My Student account at the top there. Okay, so right up at the very top above my head, that blue button, My Student account. And then in your My Student account, you will have this student partner speaking. You'll see that button. So click on that student partner speaking, accept that you are of age and you are going to speak politely. And then you'll be in the chat interface and we can see there's Hesti in here, Naz, Ani, me, Arun, there's Pick Me in here, Duyin, there's Rafiq, Leon. Okay, and for winning the trophy for being clever, Pick Me has just messaged me, so I cannot ignore that. That's too funny and too clever. I have a lot of respect for that kind of thinking. So Pick Me says, I would like to volunteer. Okay, and Pick Me would like to volunteer, so let's see if Pick Me is ready here. Are you ready? Okay, I wonder who came up with that clever name. Okay, so I'm going to reach out here to Pick Me.
Hi.
Hello, Pick Me.
Hi, sir.
How are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. What about you?
I am doing quite well, thank you for asking. My voice is a bit raspy, but I'm doing okay. I have to commend you, Pick Me, for the name.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you okay. You're a little bit quiet, but I can hear you. Yeah. Yeah. So I have to commend you. You came up with a very clever name. May I ask your actual first name?
My first name?
Yes.
It's quite like hard to pronounce.
That's okay. Try me.
Like it's Jack. You can call me Jack.
Jack. Okay. So that's your nickname. All right, sure, Jack. No worries. Yeah. All right. It's still a bit better than Pick Me, but I thought Pick Me was quite a clever way to get my attention. Okay, Jack. So you're taking the IELTS exam. Why are you taking the IELTS exam?
I'm Korea.
Okay. So can you say that one more time? I kind of lost you there.
For further studies.
Okay. What are you planning to study?
I'm planning to study IT technology.
Okay. All right. IT. May I ask where you're planning to study IT?
In Korea.
In Korea. That's what I thought you said before, but I couldn't catch you. You're louder now, so it's better. Okay, awesome. And where are you now? What country?
I'm from Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan. Okay, so Uzbekistan going to Korea. All right, to study IT. Yeah, okay, Jack, first tip, as I ask you this question, try to be really fluent. So, speak in full sentences. So my plan is to go to Korea to study IT. I'm currently in Uzbekistan, right? And then you get a much better band score, okay?
Okay.
All right, so let me ask you part one question. Give me a nice full sentence answer, and then I will give you some feedback, including a score estimate, okay? So here we go. Let's talk about jewelry. Do you like to wear jewelry?
Truth be told, I don't really like wearing jewelry at all. But I would like to wear earrings in the future. I think they will suit my style, but they're quite expensive, and um, I kind of lost my idea.
Okay. All right. So here we go. Let me give you a bit of feedback. I thought the start was great. Okay, so my question here was, do you like to wear jewelry? And you said, truth be told. That's a good expression for this question, right? Because I am asking you directly whether you do like or don't like, part of culture. And in this case, you're like, well, it's not my cup of tea, right? So truth be told, that could actually be an idiom that you could use here as well. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Okay, if you really wanted to go idiomatic. Truth be told, I don't really like wearing jewelry at all. And then you said, but I would like to wear earrings in the future. And I think that was not the right way to approach the question, because you're switching between your first opinion, right? So you don't like wearing jewelry, then you should keep going with the reason. So the reason why you don't like to wear jewelry, okay?
Okay.
All right, instead of switching to the opposite side, because that creates confusion and it's unclear communication. Like, I mean, even if we're speaking Uzbek to each other and I ask you this question in Uzbek and then you tell me that you don't really like wearing jewelry, but then you'd start telling me about how you wouldn't mind wearing earrings, I'd be kind of confused, like, so do you or don't you? So do you not wear jewelry because it's expensive or because you actually don't like it? Do you see what I mean? Like, I'm actually confused. It doesn't matter what language we're speaking, right? So, you really want to have clarity, and to have clarity, you want confidence, right? So let me ask you this then, Jack. Why don't you like wearing jewelry?
I find them like it's like girls tend to wear jewelry more than boys. I think
Okay.
it's more like for girls.
Okay. All right, I just took what you told me and made it a little bit more advanced English, let's say. Your response, by the way, so if I wanted to give you a band score for your first answer, I would say that it was like a band 6, especially at the end, because you said, and I kind of lost my idea. Definitely don't tell the examiner that you've lost your idea, okay? So then just stop speaking and wait for the next question, all right? But don't tell the examiner, oh, I'm making mistakes, or oh, I'm not doing so well today. I've had students do that, and people do that in the real exam as well. Like, they'll say, oh, I'm doing so terrible today, and they start telling the examiner that they're not doing well. That's not a good idea, okay? You always want to be focused and confident till the end, okay? So, and I think your English is actually quite good. So from what you're telling me, from the words that you're using, your expressions, I think you should be getting like a 7.5 to an 8 on your IELTS speaking, as long as you're confident and speaking clearly, okay? All right. And then... And then here we go. I'll give you a little bit of a better answer based on what you're thinking, okay? And then you can just repeat after me. So here we go. Do you like to wear jewelry? Truth be told, I don't really like wearing jewelry at all. I find jewelry as more of a feminine accessory. I mean, more for women, so I feel awkward wearing a ring or a necklace. I haven't worn any jewelry since I was a baby and my mom put a gold necklace on me. Okay, try this answer. So I'll ask you one more time and just repeat what I said. Do you like to wear jewelry?
Truth be told, I don't really like wearing jewelry at all. I find jewelry is more of a feminine accessory. I mean, for women, more for women. So I feel awkward wearing a ring or a necklace. I haven't worn any jewelry since I was a baby, and my mom put a gold necklace on me.
Nice. Okay, so answer, explain, example, and stay with your answer. Don't switch your ideas in mid sentence. So if you started with an idea, finish with that idea. That's a very important part of good communication, okay?
Okay.
All right. Jack, love the name Pick Me. That was very clever of you. Keep being that clever when you're giving your answers in the IELTS, okay?
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you for your feedback.
You're very welcome and good luck on your journey to study IT in Korea.
Thanks.
Okay, goodbye, Jack.
Bye.
All right, that was Jack from Uzbekistan. That was very good. Okay, let's take somebody else for some practice. Let's see if Naz is available. So Naz says, I want to volunteer. Okay, Naz, are you ready? All right. Naz says, yes, I am. Okay, Naz, here we go. Hello, Naz.
Hello, can you hear my voice?
I can hear your words, absolutely. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
Very well also. I believe you volunteered before, Naz, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, it was last week.
Last
And it
week.
was the first time.
Awesome. And you're back for more.
Yes.
A little bit more torture with IELTS.
No, it is very enjoyable time for me.
I'm being sarcastic. All right. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's good. Okay, awesome. So I'll ask you another question and then give me a nice full sentence answer, okay?
Okay.
All right. So here we go. And it's good to be, like I'm making light of it, Naz, and it's good to kind of feel relaxed during the IELTS, right? So it's good that you're enjoying it. When candidates take the real IELTS, so this is for everybody, not just for Naz, you should try to enjoy it. I know that sounds strange to say enjoy an exam, but try to enjoy it, right? Doesn't mean joke or laugh, but try to enjoy the process. Okay, Naz, so here we go. We're still talking about jewelry, obviously. What is your favorite type of jewelry?
My favorite type of jewelry is definitely earrings. I have a lot of earrings that is stored in my cupboard, and they are not only gold ones, but there are also silver ones, which I really like.
Okay, and they are not only gold ones, but also silver ones, which I like. All right, I think that's a great start, Naz, to your answer, and I think it's a solid band 7 just because you're being really fluent. And I think with that same level of fluency and same level of English, you can get even an 8. But you have to do something more. So the question is, what is your favorite type of jewelry? And you said, my favorite type of jewelry is definitely earrings. You made a mistake with the plural here. It would be are, because earrings are always plural, just like glasses, right? Glasses are, earrings are. So jewelry are definitely earrings. But that's okay. A small mistake like is earrings, that's a natural grammatical mistake. That's a kind of mistake that a native speaker might make as well, talking about their favorite jewelry. So you probably wouldn't really lose marks for something like that, okay? So my favorite type of jewelry are definitely earrings. I had a lot of earrings stored in my cupboard. In your cupboard, that's fine. It's usually a jewelry box that people keep their jewelry in. I don't know. Do you keep that just in your cupboard or in a maybe?
No, but it came to my mind, so I said cupboard.
Yeah, that's what I felt. I'm like, okay, I think I mean, it's okay, but a better word here would be drawer, for sure. Okay.
Yes.
So drawer is what you pull out, right? Cupboard is what you open like this. So we usually would keep jewelry more in a drawer in a jewelry box rather than a cupboard, but that's okay. It's still not the end of the world. And there are not only gold ones. They are is not the end of the world again. And there are not only gold ones, and I would say, and I have not only gold ones, but also silver ones, which I like. Okay. So some precious metals. I liked how you used not only but also. That was a nice correlative conjunction. I absolutely caught that. Okay, as soon as you said it, I was
I
like,
learned
oh.
from you.
Okay, and you used it, which is good. That's exactly that's what makes a teacher feel all happy and smiley and makes life worth it when people are using this. So it's good that you used it. Okay, and something's missing after this, right? So what do you think is missing for me as the examiner at the end here?
Maybe giving example.
The example, yes, is missing, but even before the example.
Why?
Yeah,
Maybe.
exactly, right? So I would be curious to learn why you like earrings more than a necklace or more than a ring. So why do you like earrings?
Because I feel like I look dashing when I wear earrings, but I don't feel same with bracelets or necklace.
Did you say dashing?
Yes.
Okay, dashing is all right. Dashing is more for boys, I think.
Okay.
We use it in Canada anyway. There's sometimes cultural differences with this, but dashing is kind of like a synonym for handsome. So girls tend to look pretty or beautiful. Very commonly, women and girls like to use the word pretty. Beautiful they find is sometimes pretentious, like, oh, I look beautiful. So they tend to be a little bit more subtle and they say pretty. So I like earrings because I feel that I look pretty. They emphasize my smile and my eyes, right? So something like that. Okay. So that would be the reason. Okay. So, and then you said, and a necklace or a bracelet just doesn't do the same, right? Fair enough. Okay. All right. And then the example, yeah, that's the reason I'm wearing these gold hoops right now. Hoops are those round earrings that kind of go around like that. They're called hoops. Okay. Again, just showing more vocabulary. Okay. So now you have all of the parts that give a very clear, full, fluent answer. Okay. All right, let's try this. So I'm going to say this and then copy me after. So what is your favorite type of jewelry? My favorite type of jewelry are definitely earrings. I have a lot of earrings stored in my drawer, and I have not only gold ones, but also silver ones, which I really like. I like earrings because I feel that I look pretty wearing them. They emphasize my smile and my eyes, and a necklace or a bracelet just doesn't do the same. That's the reason I'm wearing these gold hoops right now.
My favorite type of jewelry are definitely earrings. I have a lot of earrings stored in my drawer, and I have not only gold ones but also silver ones, which I like. I like earrings because I feel that I look pretty. They emphasize my smile and my eyes, and a necklace or bracelet just doesn't do the same. That's the reason I'm wearing these gold hoops right now.
Really good. Yeah. And slow it down. You know, obviously you're reading there, but you want to slow it down and intonate it and just make it your own. Okay. So
Okay.
always remember the reason, because even with great English, if you're not giving a reason of why you're doing something or why you like something, you basically can't get a band score higher than 7 or 7.5. So even with perfect English, if you're not explaining your answer, you can't get into the band 8, band 9 category. Okay.
Okay, and thank you so much for your effort.
You are very welcome, Naz. Continue to have a great day.
Goodbye. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye bye. Okay, that was Naz. Remember, students, to give each other thumbs ups and applauses in the chat as well. I see Selena, our member who just joined. Hi, Selena. I did see you join up, by the way, is already being a very polite and empathetic member by giving some thumbs up to the students who are giving these answers. So thank you, Selena, and thank you everybody else who's cheering them on. Okay, let's continue. Let's take somebody else. Okay. Yeah, let's go a little bit from the bottom here. So we have Cassandra. Okay. All right, Cassandra. Yes, you can. Okay, are you ready? Cassandra's a regular student and member. She is in the Philippines, I believe, if I remember correctly. And she is getting ready to do her IELTS very, very soon. So let's give her a chance here. And I thought I saw me a little bit earlier too, is also a regular student. Okay. Hi, Cassandra.
Hi, sir. Good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you, sir?
I'm doing quite well, thank you. My voice was raspy a little bit earlier, that had me worried, but I'm okay now.
Okay. Maybe you need to drink later a ginger tea, perhaps.
I
with
knew you were
warm.
going to say that. I actually thought you were going
Yeah.
to say lemon ginger, but you went with just pure ginger.
Yeah, it's much better.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So let's talk about jewelry, Cassandra.
Okay, sure.
Here's a good question. All right. Where's a good place for you to buy jewelry?
Well, where I'm from, I usually buy my jewelries in a jewelry store, retail store in Manila, which caters um, not only remodeling or selling jewelries but repairing as well. That's why it's my like last time, it's my go-to place. In It is a near store in Manila that caters, it's name my Diamond Forever jewelry store. That's why it's I've been a patron there for almost 3 years already.
Okay. For how many years? I've been a patron there
for
for.
for 3 years.
Okay, all right. It's about a band 6.5 to 7, Cassandra. I don't think it's one of your better answers. I'm just,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
IELTS examiner is going to be very honest like me, even if it hurts your
yeah,
feelings.
yeah.
And even if you're going to be like, I'm never wearing jewelry again, you made me fail the IELTS. No, don't do that. Yeah, so the simple reason why, Cassandra, is because it was a bit confusing. So you were a
Okay.
bit jumpy, and it took you a few tries to create clarity, but you did eventually create clarity, and you did remember that, oh yeah, I have to tell this examiner that I'm from Manila. Just because I'm in Manila doesn't mean I'm from Manila, so I have to tell him that. And also then you realize that, oh yeah, I haven't actually said the name of the store, so I should tell him the name of the store. You kind of pieced together your answer bit by bit.
Yeah,
And the structure was kind of like if we're talking about a house, you started with the window, and then you're like, oh yeah, wait a second, I forgot the door. So here's the door. And then you're like, oh no, wait a second, I should have started with the foundation. So here's the foundation, right? And eventually the house is being put together in my head, but it's difficult for me to follow with you and have clarity, right? So
yeah.
all you really need to do here is just reorganize what you're saying into a more organized approach to
Okay.
this question, right? Would you
Yes.
like to try again, just with a bit
Okay.
more
Okay.
organization?
Okay.
Without
Sure.
missing?
Okay.
Okay,
Sure.
so let's
Okay.
do this.
Sure.
So let me ask you the question one more time. So where is a good place for you to buy jewelry?
Well, where I'm from, I usually buy jewelries from a jewelry store in Manila, which is called My Diamond is Forever, which caters not only remodeling or selling jewelries, but it makes sure that you buy legitimate items like gold jewelries. And I've been a patron there for almost 3 years.
Okay, so that was better because you were more fluent, right? So you were piecing it together faster. I would still start a little bit differently. Like sometimes you want to start from small to
Okay.
big.
Okay.
So I would actually start with the store. I would say I buy my rings and necklaces. So instead of saying jewelry, you can just say what you buy, right? That is jewelry. So
Okay.
I buy my rings and necklaces from a place called My Diamond is Forever. It
Okay.
is a reputable jewelry store in downtown Manila that guarantees authentic products. And I have been a patron there for the past 3 years. In fact, this ring, and you can show the examiner, this ring I'm wearing right
Yeah.
now is was made by their goldsmith.
Okay.
Okay, so let's try it this way. Okay, so one more time. I'm just going to give the answer, repeat the answer. So I buy my rings and necklaces from a place called My Diamond is Forever. It is a reputable jewelry store in downtown Manila that guarantees authentic products. And I have been a patron there for the past 3 years. In fact, this ring I'm wearing right now was made by one of their goldsmiths. So where's a good place for you to buy jewelry?
I buy my rings and necklaces from a place called My Diamond is Forever. It's a reputable jewelry store in downtown Manila that guarantees authentic products, and I have been a patron there for the past 3 years. In fact, this ring I'm wearing right now was made by their goldsmith.
Much better. Do you feel how that structure is just much
Yeah,
smoother for the
yeah,
listener to comprehend? Like, okay, here's the store, here's the location around the store, this is the reason I go to that store,
yeah,
and this is what I got in
yeah,
that store, right?
yeah.
So
Yes,
always practice that structure. Record yourself, right? And this is, of course, a
yeah,
tip for everybody. So record yourself, and anytime you hear a response, you should reflect and ask yourself, like, is there a way that I can say this in a more structured, clear way to my listener, right? And then that will
yeah.
push your score up, okay, Cassandra? But otherwise,
Yes,
you're doing great. So just keep practicing that, okay?
yes, yes, sir.
All right. And maybe one day when I'm in Manila, I'll check out My Diamond is Forever with my wife.
Yes. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, see you in the 18th, sir.
Yes, that's right. You booked, yes, I remember you booked a speaking
Yeah.
interview. So I'm looking forward to
Oh
we'll
my,
see you on the
yeah,
18th.
yeah, yeah. Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Bye, Cassandra.
Bye.
All right. So that was Cassandra keeping up with her practice, which is awesome. Thumbs up for Cassandra. So that's what you want to practice, Cassandra, until we meet for that full IELTS speaking interview on the 18th. And by the way, students, on the website, you can click this IELTS interview practice, speaking interview practice, and then you can book a full 30-minute session with me to do a speaking interview, and then I can give you feedback for your whole interview, for all the questions, part 1, part 2, part 3, with sample answers for a band 9, and even the video of the session so that you can practice more. Okay, everyone, I'm going to stop there for today, but there are more questions about jewelry on this sheet. Like, if you could make a piece of jewelry, what would it be? Have you ever got jewelry as a gift? If yes, what? Practice these questions. Sorry, you probably don't see those questions. They're right here. So see, here's a question. Have you ever got jewelry as a gift? If yes, what? So practice these questions with each other on the website. Again, using the speaking interface is absolutely free, so you can ping each other. And just like with me, just message each other, hey, would you like to practice? And then practice speaking, so you can find speaking partners there. Students, that's it for today. I will be back tomorrow. And tomorrow, again, pay attention to the time. So we start an hour earlier. Task 2 for members starts 1 hour earlier than usual if you don't have daylight savings. If you have daylight savings, then it starts at the same time as usual, right? So it depends on your daylight savings. And then we will have reading for everyone. So make sure you come for that writing and reading class tomorrow. And again, use this code 1BANDUP for a 20% discount. And this code is only for 5 days, so do pay attention to that. You can use the discount code at aehelp.com for academic IELTS and gieltshelp.com for a general IELTS. Thank you, Carolina, for moderating. Thank you, Andre, Rashika, Mal, Cass, all of our new members. And I think we had one new member join today that I saw in the chat anyway. That was Selena. Selena, definitely volunteer in the speaking as well. I will be looking for you. Take care, everyone. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I will catch you tomorrow. Much love to all of you, wherever you are. Bye for now.